Alright, this is Chapter 6, Section 2, and this is the payout for annuities, basically. So before in Section 1 we did the pay-in, the accumulation stage in the annuities. Now you're retiring, or whatever the case may be. Maybe your kid's going to college. Who knows why you need money at that point. So now you're on the reverse end. You're taking the money out, right? So you're not, because obviously the money you put in is less than the money that's in there, because it's gained interest over time, right? So the formula slightly changes to this, which we'll just take down here and paste, right? And we'll make this blue, format color blue. So it's all the same variables, just moved around a little bit algebraically. Okay. All right, so equals, and we'll do this here. Okay, so this is the initial amount in your, so this is the future value of your annuity, right, when you're all done, how much is in there that you're paying out from, and this is the amount that's left in the account, essentially, right? So your payment that you're making to yourself, so you wish to have $1,000 paid to you every month from your account, right? So your account's going to get smaller at this point. So my parents' generation are taking money out of their accounts now, right? So they've been paying until they retired. Now they're retired, they're getting money out from their account, right? So you're taking $1,000 out from your account, but the account is still paying interest rate. So the money's still in there. So even though you're retired and you're taking money out, there's still money in there. You're still getting interest on the money, although be it less and less because you're taking money out. But still a substantial amount. Okay, so we're doing this on a monthly basis, so we're taking the payments out, so that's going to be 12 for the number of compounds. Okay, and we've set this up so we get paid for 20 years. Okay, all right, so there's one thing to think about when you retire. How long do you think you're going to live based on when you're going to retire? You're going to live 20 years, 30 years, 5 years, because eventually the money does run out, right? All right, and again, this never works out nicely. It never does. All right, I guess it could, but that's very rare as far as decimal-wise. Okay. Okay, let's copy this to our spreadsheet. I'm going to go to tab 2 and make this readable level here. That's not much your eyesight, but I can't see that. I'm just going to paste this in there for the sake of the lesson. You don't need to do that particularly. All right, so the future value of the annuity equals, and you can use A equals like the book if you want to. Let's see here. So we're going to do the $1,000. And in this box here, we're going to do the 1 minus, parentheses, 1 plus 0.06 divided by 12. And then that's the power of negative 12 times 20. You can also just do the negative 240 if you want. If that's up to you. And then over here, we're going to do the 0.0, I don't need the parentheses, 0.06 divided by 12, right? So I have the 1,000, I have this part, and I have this part in 3 different parts, right? So the future, looking at my box, right? Future value of the annuity equals, right? This one times this one divided by this one, which is the 3 parts of the formula, correct? Don't try to do it all at once. You're not going to get it right. I would get it wrong too, most likely. All right, so that's the amount that needs to be in there. You can get more decimals if you want by kind of stretching that out, right? Okay, that's probably more than enough, to be honest with you, because we're only going change for 2 decimal places anyways. So 7, 7, well, okay, that's good enough. Okay, where is it here? All right, so let's extend this out. 139, 580, 0.7717, and there's more after that. Really doesn't matter. You can do some rounding anyways, but the point is you need to have this much in your account when you retire. Does that mean you actually put that much amount in? No, you put in less than that because it's going to gain interest, right? So that's the amount you need in your account. You're going to get $1,000 a month for 20 years at that point, right? Okay. So let's say when you retire, you have this amount, so you know what you have, right, in your account, and your account pays 8% interest. So you hope to take withdrawals for the next 30 years. So you can also wait and decide how many years you want to get paid out, whether it's 10, 20, or 30 at that point. So let's say you're somebody who has a lot of people live to 100, so you want 30 years of retirement money, right? How much are you going to get as a payment? Right? So I'm going to take this formula here and do what we did in the previous section and then just do a little bit of math here, right? So just going to keep P0 as a nice little variable there, because that'll be our initial amount in the account, which is the $500,000, correct? All right, so we'll do a little multiplier here, and we'll do a ratio. So we're going to put this one on top. So that'll cancel this one, and we'll put this one on bottom. So that one will cancel that one, right? Little copy dot flip, and you have to do it to both sides of the equation, so it's still equal, right? Okay, so that means your payment is equal to this right here. That's the formula you got to use. I like to put this first, though. That's up to you what you want to do there. I don't remember what the book does, but I like it first. Okay? All right, so I'm going to make all these blue now. And we'll put in our values. Ooh, we got an extra equals there. Okay, so the initial principal is $500,000. That's in our account. So we're deciding at this point how much we want to get for a payment, or what is our payment if we're going to do 30 years, right? So we made the decision to do a 30-year payment at that point based on what's in our account when we retire, right? So it's still going to pay us 8% interest. That's a good amount, by the way, 8%. Because even though you're now retired, you're still getting interest on what money's left in there as you withdraw it. And we're getting payments every month, so that's 12. Okay, and these never work out perfectly. So we're going to do a little approximation. Okay, we'll copy this to the spreadsheet. Move that over. Okay, so we'll put payment right here. Payment equals, right? We'll put the 500,000 there. Then we'll put the other numerator part here, which is 0.08 divided by 12. So we got those two parts there, right? And on the bottom here, we'll do the 1 minus 1 plus 0.08 divided by 12 to the power of, and then we have the negative 12 times 30, right? Double check. I think we're good there. So now I have my, whoop, what did I do wrong? Oh, I have an extra parenthesis in there. Why did I do that? I don't know why I did that. I put an extra one. I might have hit it by accident, to be honest. Okay, so that actually works now. Okay, so I have my 3 parts and my 3 parts. All right, so my payment is this. And that's a payment to you, not a payment to them, right? Because this is the payout phase. So 500,000 times this divided by the bottom. And I think I did something wrong here. 0.08 divided by 12. I'm good there. I got $500,000 there. And this one is 1 minus 1 plus 0.08 divided by 12. Oh, I know I did wrong. I made a classic mistake. This is not 12. This is 1. That's a 1, and that is a 1. Right? Because we determine the payment amount to accomplish this, right? You want to determine the payment amount to accomplish this. Yeah, because what I got there is the amount per month. So, next 30 years. Okay, so this will be per year, basically. So let's copy this, right? And then paste this again. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these numbers here, copy them, go down to here, and then I'm going to change this to 1, change this to 1. Oh, I got to change that to 1 too, don't I? Change that to 1. Okay, so 1, 1 there, and also change that to 1. Okay, so I'm going to delete this real quick and go back. And change that to 1. Okay, so that's the monthly basis one. which is typically what you want, typically the way they do it. They don't typically, on a yearly basis, sorry, because you kind of base it on how much you need per year to actually live. Sometimes do it per month, but whether it's per month or per year, we're going to do both. So this is the per year, right? So 12 will be per month, and then 1 is the per year, right? Because it's once per year. Okay, so I have all those. This is the amount, right? So then I change that to a 1, and I change those to a 1 now, right? So, okay, so that changed automatically for me. Okay, all right, so let's go back to so it's $44,000. So if I change this now, it's $44,413.71. It was like 669, I believe, is what I saw. Yeah, okay, there's more decimals than that, but that doesn't really matter. So essentially what this is saying is if you have $500,000 in the account and you want to get paid out the next 30 years, you're going to get $44,000 and change per year, right? Which is not a lot of money, but if you're retired and your house is paid for and everything else, that might be livable at this point, especially if you're in a home group or whatever. And this is the amount that you would get on a monthly basis, so a little under $4,000 on a monthly basis is being paid to you for 30 years, right? You can also account for inflation and stuff like that.